Hello and welcome. My name is Danielle. I'll be your host today as we discuss energy healing and soul medicine, a collaborative healer's directory by Rada Publishing House. Today, we have a very special guest with us. She's an upcoming contributing writer in energy healing and soul medicine, Amy Jorgensen. Welcome. How are you?
Good. Thank you. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing great today. Thank you. I really appreciate your time and energy being here. We're excited to hear a little bit about your chapter. But before we get started, can you go ahead and tell our viewers where it is you are located and what it is you do?
Sure. So I am located in a beautiful little valley in the northern part of Utah, right on the Utah Idaho border. And I work for Campbell Soup. I have an awesome corporate position. And then I also fulfill my passion. I have an energy healing business where I do one-on-one sessions, and I also have a soul-centered academy because I absolutely thrive on teaching other people how to help themselves.
I love that. That's wonderful. So, the book itself, Energy Healing and Soul Medicine, is a very special collaborative book. Could you explain which modality you chose to write about in your chapter, and why did you choose to partake in this particular book?
Sure. So in my chapter, I talk about how I got into the world of energy work. I was raised in a super traditional Christian background. I went the traditional route too of growing up, going to college, getting a degree. I was a pilot in the Air Force for 7 years. And then when I got out of the military, my husband decided to take his life. And so I was left widowed with two little kids. And then I basically lost myself. I ended up getting into another marriage and it just wasn't working out well. My other husband was also widowed, and we were both just two like broken pieces trying to fit together, but we really needed to work on ourselves. And then we ended up having a little girl, and she passed away. So
Oh,
that was kind of like the last straw for me. I mean, I went from being this on top of the world pilot, having this amazing career to feeling like my entire life was just in pieces. And so I did sort of traditional thing. I went to therapy and I got on medication and it just wasn't working for me. It wasn't fixing what was going on. And so I ran across energy work accidentally, and I think because I was in a state of desperation, thank goodness, actually, looking back, right? It was meant to be. I started diving into some methodologies and then I just couldn't get enough of it. So I certified in the motion code, body code. I did some biomagnetics, human design, NLP, theta healing, hypnosis. I certified in like as many things as I could get my hands on. And then at some point I realized, wow, I love teaching and I have a master's degree in teaching. So I put them all together and created this amazing program that's called ELV, Elevate Life Vibration, so that because I can only help so many people at a time. And I realized that if I teach other people how to do this, I can expand my reach. So that is how I got involved in the work that I'm in now.
wow. Thank you for sharing all that. And it's such a testament to your strength and character. And now you're a teacher for those who maybe are going through something similar or just trying to find themselves. So that's a beautiful testimony. I'm so glad you wrote about that in the chapter too, because this is important. There's a lot of healing that is needed in the world right now. And
Definitely.
with that being said, why do you feel energy healing is so important for humanity at this particular time?
I mean, I think we can all agree that we've just been through so many things recently, and I don't think that energy work could come as I feel like it's becoming more noticed and more accepted. And I think that this is the time when it's needed as well, because we've been so cut off from others. And this work can be done over a phone call or a video call or even an email session. And that's the beautiful part of energy work is there's no boundaries to where energy can go. And I love that it's I mean, even physically, shown and proven through quantum physics, the way that energy works. And so, now more than ever, we can still work on healing even when we're not able to connect with each other. I don't think that it could come, at a better time than it has.
Very well said. Could you give us an example of maybe one of your sessions where you were able to assist one of your clients and how that helped them?
Yeah. So the one that always pops up for me is I use channeling when I do my sessions as well. A lot of energy practitioners use muscle testing to kind of go through charts and figure out what their client needs to release. And I use channeling. And I remember that I was working with a client, and he was a new client that I hadn't worked with before, and possibly had a little bit of some doubt, but he had been sent to me by a friend. And so he was like, sure, I'll give it a try. And I remember when I was working with him thinking, or not thinking, but getting this impression of fried chicken. And so I told him, I learned early on that when I was channeling in and getting things, that I just needed to be honest with my clients and tell them what I was seeing, no matter how crazy it seemed to me. And I said, you have some trauma energy and some grief and some, I don't remember what all the stuff was that I could see around it. And I said, this is highly associated with fried chicken. And right away, he was like, I know exactly what that is. So he had a friend that the previous summer, he had a friend that they used to go to baseball games, and they would always eat fried chicken, and his friend had passed away. And so he hadn't fully processed through all of the emotions of his friend passing away. And so that's why the fried chicken was coming to me. And so I love that kind of when the client has a moment where they're like, oh my gosh, that's so amazing. But it is just your subconscious showing me exactly where you need to go. And that's the amazing part of the work, is that, if you go to a doctor because your arm is aching, they're only going to look at your arm. But realistically, you could have some kind of issue going on in another part of your body. It's just creating an energy block that's affecting your arm. And so it's just amazing, amazing stuff.
Oh, that's so cool. I love it too, because it's also, you have to really trust your intuition and use, I guess you would say, your right brain more. And that's kind of a unique testament. But I'm sure he was able to quickly resolve that and move through it because you were able to bring that to the awareness.
Yeah.
That's pretty interesting. So at this point in time with energy healing and soul medicine, why do you feel it's important for a group of holistic practitioners like yourself to come together in a book so unique like this one?
I think it's great because the more that we raise the conscious energy vibration of all of us, I mean, we're all connected energetically. And when we can raise it for everyone at this conscious level, it's just going to make everything better for everyone else. And that's the other beautiful part of the work, is we aren't just in this for ourselves. And most energy healers or people that are practicing methodologies, I think, would agree with me that it's about raising each other up and bringing us all to this higher vibration so that we can all benefit and be, in this beautiful, peaceful state where we're getting along and we love ourselves so we can project that love to other people.
Yes, I love it. It's a self-love, coming home to, that connection within, and you're never disconnected, so that's so cool. Well, I've been enjoying talking to you, and I would love to hear a little bit more about your chapter, but I'm going to leave that for the viewers to read. And
Yeah.
at this point in time, for people who have not had the opportunity to connect with Rada Publishing House, can you maybe share with them what your experience has been like working with Rada Publishing House?
Absolutely amazing. Like their team is just super high vibration, and they just put together some super beautiful, amazing projects. So I'm really excited that I was able to make that connection.
Oh, that's wonderful. Well, they're happy to have you, and it's been a pleasure connecting with you. I'll be sure to link all your information down below, and of course, all the information for Rada Publishing House and when the book will be available. So thank you so much, Amy, for your time, and I hope you have an amazing rest of your new year.
Thank you. You as well.
Thank you.